The facade of Santa Maria Novella is one of only 2 Renaissance-style facades in the city of Florence. Its architect was named Leon Battista Alberti, who was one of these Renaissance architects so busy talking the talk that he had very little time to walk the walk. Alberti, the author of many a Renaissance treatises, most celebrated that on architecture. But when Alberti did build, he built in spectacular fashion, as you see here on the church behind me. In fact, Alberti building this facade for a very wealthy Florentine merchant by the name of Giovanni Rucellai, who was a close ally of the Medici family. And what Alberti does in his design concept here is to combine the 2 most recognizable of classical archetypes. That is the Roman triumphal arch motif on the base, dividing it up into 3 vertical bays, and then crowning it with what we call an Attic level. But that middle layer of architecture that you see serves 3 purposes on this facade. Not only is it the attic to the triumphal arch motif at the base, it also serves as the mezzanina, or the transitional section of the facade, because it also serves then as the base for the upper portion of the facade, which is clearly an allusion to a Greek temple front. The rectangular central bay crowned with the triangular pediment. And in all of this architecture, Alberti hides these beautiful proportions, because if we were to measure this facade from the top to the bottom, we would discover that it is equal to its width, a perfect 1-to-1 proportion. And in all of this, we also have symbolic allusion to the patrons, because if we read the inscription up there in Latin below the triangular pediment, what we discover is that it was Johannes Rucellarius, or Giovanni Rucellai, son of Paulus, Paul Rucellai, who in the year of our Lord, the Annus Salvatoris, 1470, built this. The implication of which, of course, is that he may have been the patron for the entire facade. Now, if you remember back to our video on San Miniato al Monte, where in fact on that medieval church facade, there was a mosaic of Jesus Christ, who is essentially depicted as the patron of the church. Here instead, we are celebrating the individual, and the philosophy at Santa Maria Novella is that Jesus did not pay for this church, Giovanni Rucellai did, and he was damn well going to write his name across that facade, essentially telling everyone that he was the man responsible perhaps for more than just the facade, but for the entire church as well. And in fact, when we look even more carefully at this facade, we'll see this design motif, this billowing sail, which was the personal device of Giovanni Rucellai, the billowing sails of good fortune. He was indeed a merchant. But more importantly, above that main central door, the billowing sail is combined with another very recognizable symbol, which is the 3 feathers and the ring, which was the personal device of Piero the Gauti de' Medici. Now, why is Rucellai alluding to Piero de' Medici? To show the world that he was a made man, and that he had the blessings of the Medici to produce this majestic architecture for the ages.